the sound of that. Ain't nothing like a sip with a fine here, you know what I'm saying? A little motivation, you know what I'm saying?
Inappropriate.
Let's do it. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que mi gente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all the passport ready. Passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I'm Mr. Pro for You. And look who's back with me again. Woo, 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 woo. We both back, but This beautiful wife of mine, you know what I'm saying? This fine ass Christmas tree, you know what I'm saying? This fine ass giraffe that I got. She used to that.
He calls me a giraffe.
A fine ass giraffe, and a whole host of names that I can't say on YouTube. Miss Pro for You. So you looking very beautiful today, Miss Pro for You. So how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you.
We back quick, right?
We are back. This is so much fun.
We getting it. We getting it. We here. Hope y'all enjoying it. So today, we're going to get right to the topic today. But before we get right to the topic, we got these people that have been looking out for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, brothers just jump right out there to start supporting the channel. Carlos.
My husband calls you Los.
Los.
You have a nickname. You're officially part of us.
Yes, indeed.
I got love. I got love. My homies who be rolling with me.
Los, we appreciate you. It was a joy to be able to kick it with you. You know what I mean? To do the little, it wasn't really a consultation, but you were looking for an apartment in Santo Domingo. We were glad to be of assistance. It's all moving forward, brother. Now, on to the topic. What's the topic today, beautiful lady of mine? I know what it is. It's something like still reviewing the culture. I know she you know, says
it's hard to concentrate. It's hard to concentrate. My husband for Christmas, he got a pull-up bar.
Back in the game. About to get back right on it, boy.
I just can't focus.
About to get right, homies.
Let's get right.
Let's get right. Let's get right. So it's on. But yeah, so today's topic is kind of following what we were on before, which is Dominican culture. Today's topic is things you didn't know about DR. So it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about a few things that you may not have known. Some of you may know, but I think that the majority of you brothers that know, y'all live here or y'all been here for a while. Other than that, brothers, you will not know what these are. They're kind of funny. You know what I mean? Some of them are kind of funny. Some are kind of odd, but they're interesting because, you know, we're going to start off with the first topic will be like in the house, things in the house that you didn't know about DR. Then we'll move to things outside the house. And like we always say, there's more to come. But we starting off with these right here just to kind of get you guys warmed up. And for those of you that don't know, you know, a lot of things you don't know about DR, these are some things you're going to love to learn about. You'll know what time it is.
It's going to be fun. I'm back too. We started talking about the pull-up bar. I can't concentrate. God, I think I'm sweaty.
So the first one we want to talk about, fellas, is fellas and fellettes. I don't want to leave out the ladies because I know that I saw the analytics. There's some chicas watching. Hey. So the first one we want to talk about as far as things you didn't know about DR in the house. We're going to talk about gas, how gas reaches the house, because, you know, we used to in the States that, you know, there's the gas lines, you know, the gas pipes out there, they connect them to the house, you know, and then you connect it. It's not like that here.
We don't have
There's no gas pipes, and it's just more like a tank and, it comes up and you connect to, but I'm going to let the beautiful young lady right here, the Dominicana right here, talk about these Dominican things that's going on. Beautiful lady Mine, tell us about these gas tanks that run to the house.
So we use two different things. So some houses will have, they'll purchase a gas tank. It's like a cilindro, like a long
It's like a cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then what people will do is they'll go to a propane gas station. It's called propane, right? A propane gas station and fill it up. So sometimes you'll see people with the tanks in their cars. Sometimes you'll even see motos.
Yeah.
You see people on a moto holding a tank and then driving and then they'll fill it up and then they'll come back to the house. And then there's a line that goes from the stove directly to the gas tank. So then when they get to the house, they open the thing of the gas tank and then they turn the stove on.
That's the portable one. So, for those of you that are in the States and you don't know what she means by the smaller one, it would be like, if you've ever seen like a forklift or something like that. Fellas, you probably seen more forklifts than the ladies, but it's on the back of the forklift. It's a tank that's about this big, maybe a little longer, but it's just a little small tank.
Well, they have different sizes. They have the large ones and then they come in different sizes.
The portable ones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But just to give you an idea, it's that size where you can just kind of move it around yourself. Cause I know they probably have some smaller ones. Mm-hmm. I think the barbecue grills, like those Weber barbecue grills, come with a propane tank. So she's right. I've seen those two, the barbecue grill size and I've seen the forklift size, but anyway, portable. So you know what she means.
So there's two ways. Like you can either go and fill it up yourself or you can call a propane gas tank service. You kind of call them up and you tell them, I'd like to purchase this many gallons, and then they'll come and they'll fill it up, or they'll take their tank.
They'll exchange it, right?
Some of them will exchange it for another one, but normally what they do is they'll take it, they'll drive it to the propane gas station, fill it up, and then bring it back to you.
Okay.
Right. So there's a couple of different ways that they do that, but they do that. And then there's another thing. In some of the buildings, they'll have like a common gas tank. So it'll be like this huge gas tank, not like the portable ones. It'll be really big, and then it'll sit on the side of the building, and then that'll connect to all of the apartments in the building. Like the one we have here. And then that'll connect to all of the apartments in the building. And then the building, the administration, they're in charge of filling that up regularly. And what happens is it has like a meter and it measures your use. And then you get, at the end of the month, and then you get like a bill for that. But everybody uses it. It just, you individually pay for it depending on like how much you use and stuff. Yeah.
That's one of our favorite bills because at the end of the month, I mean,
I love that bill.
This wife of mine, I mean, she getting it. She cooks, she get it right. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the month was like 150 pesos.
For Christmas 20. we splurged, and we were in the five.
That's Christmas.
We splurged, we cook a lot, but we cook big meals, so we don't cook as many meals because we'll cook bigger meals. But what we end up doing is we'll spend like maybe 200 pesos to 300 pesos and we get busy. But then, like when you use the oven or anything like that, it gets higher. I use a lot of the crock pot too. So by using the crock pot,
but that's electricity. But the gas.
Well, I'm just saying that's why maybe it might be but it's not expensive.
It's not expensive at all.
So a tank of gas, like a full one, will last people well over a month. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your usage or how big your tank is.
And the fast food places use that as well.
See, when you go through like the drive-through of one of the fast food places, in the back you'll see like a huge kind of a propane tank of gas, and then that's what they use for fast food places and stuff.
I was looking at that the other day and I saw they have the big one, then they have a little backup. I guess for when the little one runs out, the big one runs out, it runs out too fast or something. They have that backup to keep them burgers and keep that chicken popping. You know what I mean? And they bring it and then they fill it back up and keep it moving. But so that's the gas tanks, so you know how the gas works here, and so interesting thing, you would think that, maybe there's some pipes. No, there's the tanks. So usually this beautiful lady of mine is reading them, but today she's the expert. So I'm going to do the reading.
I'm the expert.
She is. How you say expert in Espanol?
Experta.
That's what I thought. Experta.
He knows.
Ah! Hey, look, your boy I'm getting right. I'm trying to get right, but I'm proud of my movements.
He does good. He does good.
So the next one is the inverter. So to explain what an inverter is, an inverter in the States wouldn't be an inverter in the States. It would be a generator in the streets.
Okay.
In the States. Having flashbacks. In the States, it would be a generator, which is gas powered. Here, an inverter is battery powered. An inverter, what an inverter is for is when the electricity cuts out. The electricity is going to cut out. Sometimes it cuts out because there's an emergency. Sometimes it cuts out because it's just time for it to cut out. It ain't always a disaster. Sometimes it's a disaster, but the electricity is going to go out. So what we have inverters. And for you youngins out there, consider an inverter like a charger. You know what I mean? Because it's battery powered. So the inverter has something that looks like 2 car batteries or 2 boat batteries. Sometimes it's more than 2, right?
Maybe the one we have has 2, but some people will have 4.
Some people have 4, whatever.
Some bigger places will have 6.
Yeah. So however many batteries you link up to it, but what happens is there's a switch. So when the electricity goes out, it trips a switch and goes to the inverter. You have power again. You back in the game. So that's what we have. We have an inverter. And so I'm going to pass it on to you, beautiful lady of mine. And the question that I wanted to say, pass it on to you is that what is connected to? Some people have it connected to some of the important things, right? And some people just have it, just a couple of things. And some people have it connected to more things. We have it connected to more things, but some people have it connected to less, right?
Right. So, it has a limited amount of power, right? So what people do is the inverters or most of the inverters, I don't know if they have newer ones now. You can only connect it to things that have low power. You can't connect it to a refrigerator or a microwave or an air conditioner or anything like that. Because
I think we get a little AC. Because remember we were trying to
no, just a fan.
Just a fan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
No, our fan is serious. He probably thought it was the AC. No.
You know why I thought it was the AC? Because when there's an emergency and our inverter ends up running, and then power lasts about 8 hours or something.
So sometimes I'll get into that, but it could be 8 hours. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll tell you why I was confused about it, because I get so mad. Well, I used to get so mad once it kicks out, once it powers out, I'm upset because now I'm upset in my boxers and my wife beater. And whatever I was doing is over with. I'm a little bit used to it now. That's why I was mistaken.
Yeah, so he doesn't even get irritated anymore. Before, the electricity would go out and there would be a large amount of profanity that would.
Yeah, now I'm always doing something I wanted to do, like staying cool.
Mm-hmm. No, so the inverters will charge things that are low power things. So what most people do is they'll have so we can have a TV and the ceiling fan, and we'll have our internet connected, and we'll last all night with that if the electricity goes out for that long. But you can have it in 2 rooms if you need to. And then we only have 2 batteries in our inverter. So I guess you could do 8 hours if you really needed to stretch it in 2 rooms or something.
And it's not usually out for 8 hours. It's rare.
But then you disconnect everything else and you kind of turn everything off so you can save the amount of power that you have. So that's how that works. Right. Mm-hmm. But normally it doesn't go off for that long. And he said, there's a lot of reasons why the electricity goes out. Sometimes it's due to a poor infrastructure. Our grids are really, really old, even though the government has gone fixing them through the years. Because I remember when I was a little girl, the electricity would go out for, the whole day. And it would be the whole day in neighborhoods. And sometimes it'll be 2 and 3 days in a whole neighborhood. And it was really bad. I remember when I was younger. And then as time has gone by, now there are neighborhoods that the electricity will go out once a week for like an hour or two or something in certain neighborhoods, because as time goes by, the system gets better and better. So it could be because of poor infrastructure. It could be like he's just something broke, maintenance or whatever, right? And then it could be weather.
Yeah, sometimes when it's been, we have those storms and it's been raining heavily for maybe 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
There's a chance you might as well start getting ready, because if it doesn't happen, God bless you. But,
And there are some places where they have like scheduled outages. Like there are some sectors where the electricity will go out every day from this time to this time. And people just work around it because, it'll happen while you're at work. Nobody ever really even notices it. They come back and they only notice it because the clocks are like, the time is like blinking. So that's the only reason they know. So the electricity is getting better in a lot of sectors. In some sectors, they still have work to do.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Here is good. It's good here. What I notice here is that you may have a month without any of what you would call the scheduled ones. And then I can tell like maybe after a month, maybe 2 months, it'll start going off like maybe right at noon or something. Yeah. And it's just for a little while, like maybe an hour. Like
it's called scheduled maintenance.
Exactly.
Sometimes you call the electric company and say, hey, what's going on, with the service? And they'll say, oh, you have scheduled maintenance. It's already reported. It'll be back within an hour. Or it'll be back at this time. And then they'll tell you.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting better. I can just tell, like just talking about it.
He's not even irritated talking about it. This is progress, bumbling, congratulations.
What the hell is going on? Now, I just know. Come out this shirt, take the,
when the electricity goes out, we use that to spend quality time.
End up discussing things we ain't talked about. We've been meaning to talk about for a while, and just, sit there and she'll say, I feel like it's going to come right back on, and it comes on, Sometimes it's not right back, but it's going to come on. Here's the thing. It's going to come back most of the time, unless there's something crazy that goes on.
Yeah.
So, but it's that positive attitude she has that I think is going to come back on. It's just positivity that, it's going to come back on. But sometimes it interrupts you, you know what I'm saying? And you like, but now I think I've graduated, right? I'm doing better.
Grown as a person, mi amor. You have grown.
Que lo que, manito?
Very Dominican, mi amor. Good pronunciation.
So that was the inverter. Fellas, every place you go most likely has an inverter. You know what I mean? Even the Airbnbs, the hotels have generators. They on another level. I don't think they're inverters at the hotels.
Most businesses will have both. Like for example, a salon. The salon that I go to will have the inverter if something quickly happens, but they also have to have a generator because the inverter can't do anything that takes a lot of power, power.
High voltage.
So like you can't use a blow dryer or the thing that you go underneath the hair dryer. You can't use any of those things. So they have to have a generator, and they're very loud. They're very loud. But most businesses have that. Yeah, normally people don't have it in their house.
Those are gas power. Yeah. Gas. So fellas, that's called an inverter.
Yes.
When you book your Airbnb, if you want to just make sure, because sometimes you get here and you don't know what's going to happen, you can ask them, do you have an inverter? Ask them, because you never know when there's going to be like a super flood or just even a baby flood. You never know when the electricity's out when it happens. Inverter.
Okay, get it together.
Let's do it. So the next one. Tanako. Now, I know y'all don't know what that word is. If you know what a Tanako is,
you're Dominican. No.
You're Dominican. Have yourself a presidente. Because you're Dominican. And you've already had several. Yeah, salud. Tanako. Tanako has something to do with how you get water inside your house. Because again, there's no, it's a little bit different than the States. It's not the same. So what the Tanako is tanks that are on the roof. They usually keep them on the roof, right? Are they always on the roof?
Yeah.
So I think the gravity helps bring it down, or something like that while they're there. But yeah, the taco, they're big tanks that hold water. And that's how the water gets into your residence, whether it's your house. Are they on the roof in houses?
Yes.
Okay, so they're on the roof in houses and they're on the roof in apartments and condos. So, beautiful lady of mine, tell us about that tinaco.
So, a tinaco is like a round cylinder container that's made out of like a hard plastic, right? And then the tinaco is always like in the ceilings, the roofs of the apartments. Now that you said that, I've seen a couple of places that'll have tinacos that might not be on the roof of the house because maybe the roof can't support it, but they'll be up high on something.
Okay.
So the point is for them to be up high so the water could like flow. Yeah, anyway, what happens is we don't consistently get water all the time. Like, you know how you'll have like a water, the pipes in the US and everyday water like flows through the pipes. We don't have that every day. Sometimes they'll send the water, a couple times out of the week, right? So what happens is houses.
When she says send it by truck, a big water tank, right?
No,
or is it by pipes?
By pipes.
Okay.
By pipes. So what I mean is like the government won't send it through the pipes all the time. So what they do is underneath the houses in the apartments, they'll have like a big like how you say reservoir. The cisterna. How do you say the cistern? The cistern. Cisterna. Yes. Thank you.
Cisterna.
Yes.
Cisterna.
So they'll have
cisterna. The cisterna.
Yes. So they'll have the big cisterna underneath the house, which is like a huge area that's just full of water. So the city will send the water and it'll go into the cisterna, and then that's where we store water. So every time the government sends water, the water gets stored in the cisterna. And then what happens is from the cisterna, a water pump will pump it up into the tinaco so the tinacos stay full. So what happens is during the day, everybody's kind of using the water that comes out of the cisterna, and then like they'll turn off the water pump sometime during the day because the water pump will break. You can't keep a water pump on 24 hours a day. And then we'll get water from the tinaco, which flows down. So it's not using any type of a water pump. Right. So we have like that, two backup.
That's interesting systems. Too, because the water pump is electric and, the electricity.
So if there's no electricity,
yeah,
exactly. So if there's no electricity, the water we can get right out of the tinaco. So you have like the two backup systems. So like sometimes, I don't know if you've ever noticed that, like we'll be in the house and the water pressure will be really, really, really strong. That's because the pump is on. But then sometimes late at night.
My favorite showers.
But then sometimes late at night, we take a shower.
My second favorite showers. You know my favorite shower.
Oh my God.
They know too. They see the video.
Let me concentrate. So what was I saying? Okay. So then sometimes at night, the water doesn't come out as hard. That's because it's coming out from the tinaco. And it's flowing. It's flowing down. It's not using the pump.
Right. So another interesting thing about the tinaco is
the tanks.
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say interesting about the tinaco is, like, say for instance us. Okay, there are several tinacos when you're in a building that on the roof, right? And our tinaco may be us and the neighbors. Right. It is us and the neighbors.
Some people share.
We share. We share. And so sometimes water gets tight. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is you have these like passive aggressive like water beef sometime because you start wondering, why'd your water run out, or why'd your water get low and start running slow? And you ain't used that much. You're like, what they over there doing? You know what I'm saying? So then you like, we gonna fill up some stuff then. It seems like something's going on. You know what I mean? But it's a mental thing. But then again, look, sometimes it affects you because if they have a leak over there. Oh yeah. Definitely. It can affect you. But you don't know they have a leak. You're just wondering what happened to your water because you're sharing. So those are things that can happen. And another reason is, why I thought about a truck. Remember back in the day, so see, we've been doing this for a long time. And so back in the days, I remember that time there was something going on with the water. We stood at your mother's house and the trucks were bringing water, right?
So that's a completely great point. So remember that I told you that the the ayuntamiento, the company that sends water. I don't know how to say
the government.
Sometimes they won't send water for a long time, depending on where you at, because they just may not have water to send out. So what people do is they'll call companies and purchase water. So they'll purchase a truck that has a big tank in the back, and then the tank will go to the house, and then they'll take that water in the tank and they'll fill up your cisterna. So now you have a large supply of water until more water gets sent over to you. Right. So that's like a backup. You know, when people see that like their cisterna starts running low and the water's not being sent in, they'll order one kind of like to get ready for it. That we have really good water where we're at. We haven't really had any issues with that for a really long time. Only if like maybe a pipe breaks or there's a problem.
And what I was talking about was a long time ago. That was back in like 2013, 2014 or something. Because I remember I came out here and she was telling me there had been some water issues and we were ordering water. Yeah. So, you know, we got that shower, you know what I'm saying, was in there. And she was putting it in the bowl and hitting, you know what I'm saying, with that. I'm like, real deal, boy. It was real getting this shower, boy, with the bowl, you know what I'm saying? And the water's like, it's because there was a little bit of water issue going on, you know what I'm saying? But if you ain't been hot and sweaty, you know, and had no water issues, you just really ain't been here, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened. I mean, you know, that's it. So anyway, fellas, now you know about the Tinaco, you know, the water situation. You know, it's not like in the States where it's just constantly in the pipe pushing through, you know, into the house and you just turn it on and, you know, turn around and start going to the refrigerator with it running and all that. Nah, you can't do that here because you mess around and run out.
Well, I have something to add too. In case you're wondering why sometimes people will have their own tinaco or why sometimes they have to share tinaco, is because the water's heavy. And sometimes the roof doesn't allow that much weight.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Water is heavy.
Yeah, so depending on how many people are in the building and the structure of the roof, they might have like a tinaco for 2 apartments.
And that's funny. That makes sense here why a lot of the house structures have flat roofs. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Tinaco, fellas. How you say it? Tinaco.
Tinaco.
See, I like that.
Oh, you like that?
Makes it sound sexy. You know what I'm saying? It's that sexy water when she says it.
Tinaco.
Ooh, about to climb this tree.
Inappropriate.
See, y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? I done said it before, but I'm telling you, right here, put them heels on or something. I'm telling you, you see us here, YouTube. Don't think when you see us in real life, we pull up, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be standing tall.
That happened to someone. We went to go pick someone up at the airport. We have airport
that was nephew
services. Yeah. And when he saw us, he did this.
He was like, man, we're gonna be out there waiting for you on the catwalk. And I'm like, man, what's the catwalk? What's going on? And when I shoot up out of there, when I tell you it was so many different people right there, and they was all stirring, and I'm like, oh, we about to go down, baby. What's happening? And I seen them and stuff, and I was like, oh man, that's them. And I went over and spoke to him, and it was a very good, joyful moment for me. One of the craziest things is when you're looking at these videos and you see him and his wife, you have no idea that man, they are super tall. I'm only 5'5", so when I seen him, I was like, Lord have mercy. I said, man, I didn't realize you was this tall. He's like, man, you know the videos that I got.
And he just looked up and I was like, hi. He was like, hi. It's so funny.
My fine giraffe right here. All right, fellas, we rolling, you know. So this next one we want to talk about, the hot water switch. You know, sometimes, I mean, you know, you see these Airbnbs and these hotels and all this good stuff where you just jump in, just do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Go jump in that shower and hot water, you know, and go jump on that toilet and do what you got to do and throw, you know, whatever. I mean, you just doing you. But in this real DR, when you get these neighborhoods and stuff, it's got to, you know, you got to pump your brakes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Things don't just roll like that. So there's something called the hot water switch. The hot water switch, there's a switch in the hallway, right? Where when you need your hot water, you turn it on and the hot water turns on. It's not a constant, okay, there's a hot water tank. but there's not a constant, it's not on all the time. And I'm going to let you explain some more about it because I've been sitting there talking about the hot water switch. I was talking about how it affects me because I was getting up to like, man, I hate that dang switch. But I'm used to it now. Jump in the shower and forgot to turn on the switch and the water ain't hot. But anyway.
So we don't have most places here, because some of the newer places do, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have hot water all the time. So what we do is we'll have a calentador de agua, the water heater. We'll have like a small size water heater. In the US, you always have constant hot water. Well, we don't have that. We'll have like a calentador de agua, which is like a hot water heater.
Mm-hmm.
And then that hot water heater is connected to, some things in the house. And what you do is you turn it on, and then the water that's inside the calentador, it'll heat up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to take a shower or you go to use the water or whatever, the water will come out hot because it's coming out directly from the calentador de agua, the hot water heater, right? Mm-hmm. And then when the water in that tank runs out, that's it. You don't have cold water.
So that's the thing. It took me a while to get used to, I'm used to, let me go jump in the shower. Then turn on the hot water.
And also, so you would turn it on and you give it a couple of minutes or whatever for the water to get nice and hot. And then you take a shower. So you have to plan ahead. You have to plan ahead.
Oh, I do now. I leave that thing on for a couple hours. You know what I mean? And, make sure that thing is hot. It goes stay hot for a while. Then turn it off. I'll get ready to take my shower. Whether I take it now or later, it's hot.
I think he leaves it on for too long. So if I see it on and it's been on too long, I'll pass by the room and just.
Yeah, and I had to tell her to stop doing that. It's been on for 2 minutes. Then I get ready to get in the shower and it's lukewarm. What you turn off the hot water for? You ain't turn it on. Look, you worry about your hot water. That was my hot water.
But so it'll last a pretty good amount of time though. You could take a shower or two and it still be comfortable. Mm-hmm. It's not like you turn it on and then you take a shower and it goes away fast. No, you have
it lasts. And she thinks it lasts longer. But what she doesn't know is I have it on for hours before she gets back. And she's like, oh, this water heated up so fast. No, it's been hot.
That's his trick now. Because he knows if I see it on,
the hot water.
I'm saving electricity.
She's saving hot water. She's conserving.
No, I'm not conserving hot water. I'm conserving electricity.
She walked by. When she turn it on, she go watch TV, watch the novellas and all that. I turn it on. That's why I said she ain't monitoring her hot water. She monitoring my hot water.
It's true. Sometimes
what you talking about? Leave my hot water. I tell her, don't touch my hot water. You worry about your hot water. Turn your hot water off. That's mine.
His hot water is his hot water is better than mine, so I like it more.
So that's a hot water switch, fellas. When you go visit your young ladies, your young chicas, and you go by there, you'll wonder, she turn that hot water on. Just peep. She gonna turn that hot water on. You'll see what's going on, see what's happening, and just know. That's how it's done here.
So cool. So cool. Oh, wait.
Take me a little scissor up. The next one is drinking water. So as y'all know, I know y'all ain't drinking that water out the faucet, unless if you do, see my other video about the international incident. I ain't drink the water out the faucet, but you guaranteed you drink that water out the faucet. So what happens is there's 5-gallon tanks that the water comes in. And so, you order from the Comado, they bring the water, and that's how we get it. So, Lady Mine, you have something to add to that?
we buy botellones de agua. Those are those big
The big
you said
5
they're
gallon.
5
I think they're
gallons,
5
so-
gallons. Yeah.
yeah, they're the kinds that you see in the water coolers.
Like the water dispenser, water cooler
So
size.
we'll end up buying those.
Mhm.
And what you do is you can order it from honestly any colmado.
Mhm.
And then what they do is like you'll order your botellón de agua, and then they'll come over with the water, but then you have to give them back the plastic container.
So
that
the first
other
time
one
you
came
buy,
in.
tell them about the first time you buy it, if you don't have the bottle,
You just end up paying a little
you
bit
pay a
more.
little bit more, and then
Right.
after that, it's the exchange service.
Exacto. And then it's an
Mm.
exchange. Exacto. It's an
Mm.
exchange service. So that's one way of doing it. You can order from the colmado.
Mm.
There are some places that the drinking water comes in those trucks that have like tanks in the back.
Mm.
And then what you can do is you can take your botellón and you can go and you can fill it up with that, and you can just kind of pay
I
for
haven't
it.
seen that yet.
Yeah, I mean they're not
Mhm.
very common in like the cities.
More in the country, huh? It's
Yeah,
probably
because
like
you just
that.
kind of get it from a colmado here, and the
Mhm.
colmados are like delivered or whatever. So
Mhm.
it's not that popular over here, but they do have that.
Mhm.
That's also very common. And there's a lot of different good brands. Like, we use Planeta Azul, or we use Cristal. And,
Yeah.
there's
We
a lot
use
of
Planet
different brands.
Azul, and we consider Cristal like the next level below that. But, that's like saying you like Coke or Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? We roll with Planet Azul, Planeta Azul, right?
Planeta Azul. Planeta Azul.
It's that sexy water.
Tinaco.
Ooh, it makes you drink more. Shower more. All that. You like that kind of water.
I'm going to use the word Tinaco a lot. He likes it. Oh.
So yeah, and here's a tip. Here's a tip for you fellas. When you get it, when you're in the Airbnbs and you need water, order it from the colmado. Don't keep buying bottles of water. You might as well just order a 5 gallon because it only comes up to what, about 200 pesos?
Yeah, it won't be more than that. I don't
200
remember
pesos?
how much it costs.
I think it's less than 200 pesos.
Yeah, I don't
no, because I'm
remember
thinking
how much
about
it costs
2.
if
We
you have
always
to
do
buy
2. Yeah, we always do 2. I think even if you have to get the bottle, I think it might be.
I don't think it comes to 100 pesos. It might. Come
Yeah,
to
it's
100
less than that. I was
pesos.
thinking we always get 2 bottles.
Yeah,
but
it'd probably be cheaper.
The reason I say that is because they have been known to charge brothers who don't know any better 500 pesos to bring them some water, the 5 gallon. And 500 pesos isn't much in the larger scheme of things.
That's like 5 times the amount, though.
Exactly. We
or 4 times the amount.
Put like this, we have the bottle, so it's only about 70 pesos
Exacto.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But when you get here and you're in Airbnb, just order some water from the colmado. Yeah, and you'll get that.
Remember, you can order through the colmado through WhatsApp. All you have to do is ask the Airbnb host what's the colmado's number. They'll give it to you. You put it on your WhatsApp, and then you can use like a little translator to talk to them and send them the address.
And that's a good tip. Always ask the Airbnb owner where the phone number to the local colmado.
Mm-hmm.
But you order the water, it gets here, and then you
save money.
You good for your
whole trip, really?
Yeah, because but never let them charge you 500 pesos for water, or let them charge you, 300 pesos, something crazy. You know what I mean? It should be. I don't even think it should. It should be about 100 pesos.
Yeah.
For one 5 gallon with the tank. With the bottle. So that's the water. Nothing really crazy. Nothing. That has any major stories about it. That's just something that's just a tip for you to know how to get your drinking water, so you don't keep buying. Because look, if you keep buying the little bottled waters, you have bought, the 5 gallon over and over and over.
We drink a lot of water here. We definitely need those. Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, they need them too. And what I'm saying is, when they're here, let's say they're here for 5 days, they'll have bought bottled water all of that time. You have spent an equivalent of 5 gallon.
And then you always have to think about buying water.
Yeah, that's why I say you just get it. Just order it from the colmado. Get your 5 gallon. Planeta Azul. Or Cristal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for the water. Nothing crazy, but it's a good tip. It's a good thing to know. So the next one is rooftops. The tops of buildings, the top floor, and what that means when you have the top floor in most buildings. So the top floor, this was a favorite thing of mine when I first started coming here and I started looking up and noticing. I'm like, and I think you told me, I said something. I think you told me like, oh no, they build things on the top. Mm-hmm. You know, in the States, you got to go through so much red tape to try to build something on anything that you have. But here, it's like when you have the top floor of a building, that rooftop part is yours too. And you can build another room up there. You can build another structure. You can build something up there to go up there and chill and kick it. And if you start looking up, you'll see that. So beautiful lady mine, I know you have something to add to that.
Well, when you're, if you're ever looking to purchase a property or invest here or something, right? And you're looking for an apartment in a building.
Apartment, condo,
right.
Anything like that.
And sometimes you'll notice that they'll have, the first floor will have the rights to like maybe a little garden or something. And then you'll have like the second
patio.
and third floor patio. Mm-hmm. And then the last floor, they'll have something in the notes that'll say derecho al techo, like you have the rights to, or you have the right or the techo. Rights to the roof. Or yeah. And then what that basically means is that a section of the roof, which is directly on top of you, you have the right to maybe build on it. And when I say build on it, I don't mean like you can just build another apartment up there, because it's still the roof and you can only put a structure that's lightweight, but you can add to it. And sometimes you even have the ability to go from where you're at and make like a little door or something where you can like go up there, or maybe they'll have like an escalator in the back that'll take you up there. You'll basically have like a section. It's
lightweight, but they have some nice, it say lightweight, but depending on the building might be heavyweight. So that means it's going to look. They build some nice things, structures on the roof. When you guys start running around here, just start looking up. Yeah. Everywhere you go, look at the top floor and watch. You'll see something that you can say, you can tell.
That doesn't really fit.
That doesn't go with the rest, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's nice.
And that's because the owner decided to add on to it. And it's really cool. Some people use it for like, a barbecue area. Some people will throw in a jacuzzi. Some people won't put a roof. Some people will have like an outdoor thing and then maybe just have like a screen or, something to cover the sun or whatever. It's really nice.
Yeah. No, they build all over the island. You'll see that they build things on the top floor. Somebody got in trouble up in here trying to build. He thought he was going to build a whole new Airbnb up in there. He thought that he was going to have bricks and everything brought in here. Build a whole new apartment here. Security was like, hold up, homie.
We have a condominium group chat. In the group chat, the administration was like, no. What was going on? And took pictures of what they were doing and everything.
And we drove around there to take a look at it. Like,
everybody
there he is. Like, bruh, come on now. You trying to, don't build a whole new, you going to build a whole new apartment up there, huh?
That's pretty funny.
We have a security gate. They're like, what is a construction company bringing bricks and stuff here for? Like, no, bro, ain't gonna happen. But no, look, it's a beautiful thing when you see it here.
I hope our neighbors don't see.
I know. But no, it's a beautiful thing when you see that and you start saying, wow, man, you don't have to go through all that red tape or nothing. Everywhere, every building, all you got to do when you're in the Capitol, look up and you're going to see they all built and they have some fly structures up there. You may have stayed. I mean, look, some of them are Airbnb. So you may have stayed like you think you stay in the penthouse. And you're like, I went upstairs and that's it.
Most of the ones that say penthouse are really fourth floors that have
and then they
access
have that added when you went up there and you said, oh, it's a jacuzzi up here and all this fly. That's it.
And now they're penthouses.
Yeah. Now they're penthouses.
Cool.
Top floor apartments and penthouse once you build up there. But that's what it is. It's nice.
Cool.
It's definitely nice. That's the thing. That's the upside to moving to the top floor, you might want to make sure they have an elevator, because that's the downside to having the top floor. You know, they don't all have elevators, but just so you know, right around, it's going to be an eye opener when you start looking up and seeing all these structures that they build on the roof. It's everywhere. Everywhere there's a top floor, you're going to look up there and you're going to see something different up there. I like that. It's nice. So a little add-on that we need to tell y'all about.
A bonus.
A little bonus. I call it mosquito control. You know what I mean? There's a little situation with mosquitoes here if you let them get in the crib. And, you know, just so you fellas know, you know what I'm saying? There's a way to handle it that you can really you can feel what you're doing when you're handling it. So we're going to call it, you know, you see this thing right here? You know, we call this Excalibur.
Oh!
The dinosaur slayer. Mosquitoes used to be dinosaurs. That's the last. Those are the living dinosaurs. They used to be dinosaurs, but yum.
He gets really into it too.
Yeah. Look,
it's disturbing how much he enjoys
get into it.
Mosquitoes. It's
get into it. It's always the people that be complaining when they get bit up. Oh, Poppy, it bit me on my neck. Oh, it bit me on my face. Yeah, it's always the people that, you know, that get victimized by mosquitoes and tell you what the people, the aggressors, like coming out here like jamming them things up. You know, we fighting back. I ain't playing that. No mosquito. Be one mosquito in here. We need to stop. Get Excalibur. And it's time to get busy. Because we don't play that. Because as soon as all they do is sit around, humming around till you go to sleep. And for some reason, when you go to sleep, they get active. Then she waking up. It bit me in my face.
It does, but I do get bit on my cheek a lot.
It bit me on this. I'm like, oh, I'm the bad guy, the dinosaur slayer. You know, I'm going all extra. I'm pissed off because there's like one mosquito in here.
And he'll chase the mosquito around. It's not going to go well for any mosquito in this house.
I don't want even one mosquito. Look, I be trying to rush when they do deliveries. We got to hurry up and close that door. I don't want no mosquito in here.
It's a little bit rude too. they'll give the things like, all right, bye.
Gracias, manito. Bam. But I'm telling you, the mosquitoes get crazy sometimes, you know, and like I said, fellas, go to Bravo, Jumbo. I'm telling you, them things
any of the bowls.
Any of the bowls. Any of the O's. I think they ain't nothing but about 200 pesos or something like that. You know, this one been lasting for a couple years now. You know, that's why I got a name, Excalibur. You know, you get right, get that form, boy. You taking them out. Yak. Get you one, fellas, if you up in that, and I know you be happy and stuff, you know, when you hear you up in that Airbnb and stuff, but if you hate mosquitoes like I hate mosquitoes, all you gotta do is run to that grocery store. And guess what? You run to that grocery store, you may have some company that night. You know what I'm saying? You know what that grocery store do, fellas. If you know, that grocery store, you know.
The supermarket I go to has turned into a fashion show. Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to go to the supermarket. Let me put lipstick on because it's serious in the supermarket right now.
Supermercado, fellas. That's that if you know, you know. Getting that supermercado. But you can also look for, I don't even know what they call these in Spanish though. You know what they call these? They got a name? You know, I don't know if you call it the tennis racket, the mosquito killer, you know, or something.
I'm so used to calling it Excalibur. I think I forgot what it's called. That's the name now.
Look, you get you one, fellas, number like 200 pesos. You take them out. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you're going to get bumped up because they don't play. They merciless. So, Excalibur, get you one if you need one, fellas. If you're going to be here for an extended period of time, that's your buddy, your best friend. You're going to have a name for it. Call mine X-Cali. You know what I'm saying?
X-Cali. That was cool.
So, fellas, it's going to be your name. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a name for it. It's going to be your best friend. Okay. So this next one, I think we're in a different, I think we're in a different topic, right? We switching the topic. We're talking about things you don't know in DR, but this next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about things outside the house. Mm-hmm. And it's mostly like things in traffic. You see what I'm saying? So the first one we're gonna talk about, and this is if you drive, and you need to know this, hand signs of the traffic cops, because this had me like, you know, getting ready to stop and go at the same time, you know, stopping because I thought he was saying stop, but going because the traffic was moving. So in the States, you know, we're used to when a traffic cop is out there and they want traffic to flow, they do like this. You know what I'm saying? They like this, right? Not here. So, you know, if you roll like me, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you get that breakthrough and you coming through, they do this. And so to me, that meant like, watch it, dog, hold up. That's what that meant to me. No. This, with their hand down like this, that means this. That means come through. That means keep going. And so like me, I'll be stopping and going at the same time, cussing at him, you know, through the windshield and trying to figure out what, while I'm still going. I'm not stopping, but I'm frustrated while I'm going. You know what I mean? You know, if you can figure that out.
That's so interesting to hear from the way he sees it, because I never noticed it before. To me, it's clear that when someone does this, they're saying, so I know that he's saying, hurry up, let's go. So in my mind, I'm like, let's go. I never seen this before. Like, what is, I never.
This means, come on. They start doing it faster, like this. But nah, when you see them doing this, that don't mean like, nah. Cause that's what that mean to us. Like, nah. No, that means, you know, there's one of them I call him Wristy. You know what I'm saying? Cause he got that wristy. And it's not that other kind of, you know, it's not that other kind. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, you know, it's not that alphabetical wristy. You know what I'm saying? But he's like real chill with his job. So it just got that flow with it. You know what I'm saying? That flow with it. Pause. You see what I'm saying? Pause on my wrist. So that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? We see him all the time. Like, they go wristy. But no, I'm used to it now. But at first, it was confusing. You know what I mean? It was more of a frustration because I'm not stopping if traffic ain't stopping. But, you know, my role is a little bit, you know, I got, you know, my role rolls, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make sure I'm looking directly at him. And when he's doing that, I want to make sure he ain't telling me, you know, stop, nah. What he's saying is, all right, let's go.
Uh-huh.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So when you see that, it's a big difference. It's actually the opposite of what we usually see in the States. So that's what y'all need to know about traffic if you're driving here, because I know some of y'all get cars here and roll. Yeah, it's definitely a wake up. You know, when you roll, you know, if you're just sitting back, chilling and, you know, listening, glad you're here, just sitting back slow with it, you know, you'll just do it, you know, whatever. I don't know. But for me, yeah, it was a little learning experience, a little bit, you know, frustrating at the same time, trying to figure out what he meant, because I ain't had time to be stopping and going at the same time. We need to get through this traffic, you know, get where we going. So just a little tip for you.
You know why I'm laughing? Because my husband burped, and it was the biggest burp ever off camera. And whenever he burps, and he burps all the time, I call him a pigo. So he burped, and I call him, "Mon pigo," and he was like, "No, I am not a pigo. I am a pig bone. I am the pig of all pigs."
Always, fellas.
Pigo.
So the next one.
Appropriate.
I tell her, thank you for recognizing. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias. Good job.
Muchísimas gracias.
Good job, Puka. Mm-hmm.
So, as we were saying, the next one is, let's see what the next one is. The traffic light countdown. So this one won't confuse you, but you don't see this too much in the States. The traffic light counts down to green. You know, usually we sitting at the light, you know what I'm saying, and we looking over at the yellow light, looking at the traffic light going across, waiting for it to turn yellow. That's how we know, so we can take off. Here, there's a countdown. 5, 4. I don't know if it starts at 10 or 5. Once it hit 5, I'm looking at it like 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time to go. So that's the green light countdown. When it gets down to 0, that light's going to turn green. Don't go. That's the flip side of knowing, because, we be ready. We see that light change, we ready to go. Don't go here. Just wait. You know what I'm saying? Wait a few seconds, because when it turns green, that's to let you know that a few more cars and trucks are going to pass by, and then the moto's going to go. It's just that green ain't really, it's like a pre-green. This is to let you know that it's almost time to go. Like when you see the green, that means start getting ready to go.
It means go in a minute.
Yeah, start getting ready to go. Green here, when it turns green, that doesn't mean go. That means get ready to go. And then after it's been green, because the green is relaxed. It's a relaxed green.
A pre-green, a relaxed
There's
green.
island. Everything's like relaxed here and slope. It's a relaxed green. So when you see that green, think of it. Relaxed green, chill for a minute, let everything finish happening. Let everybody, get adjusted to it's get ready to happen.
Green.
And then go. So that was quick, but you'll see the countdown light and the traffic signals. We don't really have that in the States. You know what? I say we don't have that in the States, but I haven't been to every state. So I don't know. Maybe some states they have that. I've never seen the countdown to green. I've seen the countdown like on the walk and don't walk signs. That's another thing. I ain't seen no walk and don't walk signs here. Y'all had those?
I haven't seen
listen, they do not listen.
Wait a minute. Wait. I have seen walk and don't walk signs, sir. I have seen them here.
Hey, now and then you saw one once. She had to remember to see walk and don't walk. They don't listen. They walk and walk when they don't walk. I don't know where they might be, like right in front of the presidential palace or something.
It's by the malls. But they're there.
They're there. They're there. They may be like walking, don't walk. I don't know why they there. I have not figured out the walk. Listen, all I'm saying is they got a countdown sign that happens here. Countdown to green.
But the walk means pre-walk. It's a relaxed
It means get ready to walk. Exactly. Get ready to walk in a little while. Maybe after the light turn red, if you got there, for the late people. Because see, red doesn't really mean stop.
It is a red light.
It means get ready to stop. See, the green is a relaxed green. The red is a relaxed red.
Oh, boy.
Red means get ready to stop. You know what I'm saying? Get ready. Just get ready. Now, but get ready. So this one right here is going to be about the wiper people. We talked about the wiper people in the last one. We talked about them last time, and we told you about how like when they be wiping. So look, we told you about when they come do your windshield, like if they run up on you, they caught me slipping today. I'm looking over, something's going on. She said, there they are. And I looked, he got half the windshield soapy. So I turn on, you got to hit the windshield. I had to find the windshield, like he was already into it. He thought he had me. Turn on the windshield wipers, hit that water, and then they go. But what I wanted to tell you is every now and then, this ain't, this is a new age where the young ladies try to, they do what the men can do. Every now and then, you might run across this. And so it's a different experience. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna turn, you go sit there and just do what you do, get your tip together. But all I'm saying is don't reach too deep, you know what I'm saying, your pockets, you know what I'm saying? But just enjoy the experience, brother. We talking about DR culture, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy that. The next one, gas stations. And, the thing is like, I know a lot of you brothers don't drive, but there are you brothers that do drive, and so, these are some helpful tips. you need to know what time it is. You need to know how to handle it. When we pull up, see, we have some in the States called full service. Full service means they're going to come up. They're going to, do your windshields and pump your gas and all that. They don't even have full service a lot of places, but that's what full service always was, right? Here, it's always full service. You don't pump your gas here. You pull up and you tell them what you want,
I have a tip. When you go to get gas and you tell the person, how much you want of the gas, always look to see to make sure, because it's been said, I haven't heard anybody say anything in years, right? But it's been said that some gas stations will try to do fraud, and then they'll already have the pump, I don't know, at a certain amount of money.
It won't start at zero.
Right. Normally they'll say pantalla en cero, like the screen is in zero, and then you look to verify, and then when you verify, then they'll start. So, you can tell them how much you want, and then they'll say, okay, pantalla en cero. That means the screen is in zero. You look and see, and you say, yeah, and then they say, yeah, and then they start to pump. So if they don't say that, make sure that you look.
You always watch. So you're going to pull up. He's going to ask you, you let your, and that's the thing, let your passenger window down. He's going to look in there. He's going to ask you, mil peso regular, 2,000 peso regular. And then he may say, efectivo or tarjeta. Tarjeta, credit card, which you're probably not going to use. You just tell them efectivo. You say, and then when you do that, this is how you're going to look when you're getting your gas pumped.
That's exactly what he does the whole time. The poor gas attendant person feels pressure.
No, I thought that's how you're supposed to do it, because they say you got to look. And then he's going to, but the reason I do that is he's going to show you that it's zeroed out. You want him to look at it. And then here's another thing. You want to make sure that he's putting regular in there and not putting super.
Unless you ask for super.
Don't ask for super. Oh. You're not in your own car. You're in a rental if you're driving here or whatever, but our cars don't take super. So you tell them regular, and you look at the pump, make sure that's what it is, and he puts it in, and then you just look at it. You know what I mean? You can look away, but what happens is, because you're not used to it, when you look away, you'll start thinking about the chicas and doing whatever. And then next thing he's done, and you don't realize, did the pump make it to the amount that you said you were trying to get? It's not that they are crooks. All you doing is making sure that they gave you what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? What if it went over and then they try to charge you more? There's accidents that happen because they're pumping your gas. You don't know what's going to happen, but all you're doing is being aware until you get comfortable. You're not comfortable here like that yet. So just look. You're not getting that much. You know what I'm saying? So look, see how much gas. Once it gets there, that's it. He pumped the gas and that's it. So you're going to look and you're going to make sure that they give you the right amount of gas, and then you'll hit them. That's it, and you pull off. If you want to give them a tip, give them 50 pesos, that's it. If not, you ain't got to give them one. So that's gas. It ain't really nothing that serious. But what happens is, as you start doing that, you feel like you speaking some real Spanish. You know what I'm saying? When you tell them 1,000 peso, 2,000 peso, 3,000 peso. But you ain't gonna, don't get no 3,000 peso. Just get 2,000 peso. And you tell them that, the most they're going to ask you is, efectivo or tarjeta. That's like asking you if you have cash or credit, and that's that. So, it's pretty easy. You're getting gas. You've been here before. You're going to get a rental car. You do whatever, but always look at the gas thing. Make sure they're not giving you super, because there's been times that I didn't look and you drove off and it looks like you didn't have as much gas. And I know that the numbers were correct, but I wasn't sure, did they put super unleaded in here? And so you just be a little bit, it's just about making sure what you're doing, and we just give you a tip to figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's gas. The next one, when you're getting gas, there's not just unleaded. There's not just unleaded and super unleaded. Here, they also have a different type of gas. They do propane in the tanks. They have propane tanks in the back of the car. You know, it's like an alternative fuel. That's what we call it in the States, alternative fuel. So they had that here, and I've seen it. Her old car had it, and I remember that.
Yeah.
So give us a little something on that alternative fuel.
Gas is expensive. So what you mostly see it in like taxis, people that drive for a living. What they end up doing is they'll have like a substitute alternative tank in the back, and then it connects to their system, and I don't know, they have to do something to adapt to it. So they'll have both. They can drive off gasoline or they can drive off of gas. And normally, like when they're at work, they just use, you know, the propane gas because it's less expensive. Mm-hmm. That's why people use it here. Gasoline is expensive.
So yeah, here's the thing about the gas. Like, we heard about it, the tanks, and we seen the tanks in the back. Mm-hmm. And for us, when you first get here and you realize that tank is in the back, you kind of feel like you riding in a time bomb.
That's what he said.
Like somebody gonna pull up and hit you in the back, and now you're just gonna blow up. Mm-hmm. It feels like that. Mm-hmm. But after a while, you're like, I'm here, everybody else doing it. You know, you just kind of chill with it. But in your mind, you're like, I think I smell it back there a little bit. I think I smell a little propane or whatever. But it is. So, I've heard that, you know, the propane lasts a lot longer too, huh?
Yeah. It's supposed to last longer, and it's supposed to be less expensive. And because I definitely noticed it. The reason that I did it was because I got a job that was very, very far away, and it was just too expensive. I couldn't afford driving there.
Oh, you got it converted while you had it.
Yeah, and I couldn't afford to drive all the way out there, and that was the only way to get there. They didn't have like public transportation that went from where I was at to where I was going. So I did it, and it worked okay for me. I never really had too many problems with it. Yeah, that was when I first started coming out here. And when you do it, how do you change it over? Is there a switch? So there's a switch in the car, right? They'll have when they install the system, they'll put a switch somewhere. Normally they'll connect it by like, where you turn the car on, and you'll turn the car on gasoline. And then when the car is on, you'll hit the switch, and then it'll convert it to the gas. The only problem with that is that with the system I had, I don't know if they have anything new or updated. This was many, many years ago. You didn't really know how much, thank you. The only problem with that is that you really didn't know how much propane gas you still had in the car. Oh, there was no meter for that. So sometimes, the meter would be in the back with the actual tank. Oh, okay. So you didn't know. So sometimes you'd be driving, and all of a sudden your car would be like, when you're like, and you don't know what's going on. But you could just switch. But you would still have a little gas left, so you switch it over to gasoline. And go. So you just switch it over to gasoline. Oh, and it would run different. It runs slower on propane gas. It's not very strong. Yeah, no, that's why we're using that gas. That and that's another thing, the lingo. When they say gas, they mean propane. Yeah. When we say gas only means one thing to us. Is when it's dealing with the car, it only means one thing. So we say gas, that's what it means. When we dealing with things that require propane, we don't call it gas, we say propane. We say here gas they say gas, and gasolina. Right, but when they say gas and gasolina, gas means propane here. Yeah. That's a good tip here. Gas means propane. Gasoline means for the car. Exactly. So that's something that took a while to get used to. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I've been used to it for many, many years now, but I just remembered that as we were talking, it dawned on me that, gas does not mean gas. No. Gas means propane here. Gasolina is what's for the car. Gasoline. So, look, I hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? We got some more coming, but we just want to hit you guys with those tips right quick. Fun cultural tips. It's like fun fact tips, things you didn't know in DR. We're here for you. Oh, like and subscribe. Love, purpose, and passports. Peace.